Previously on this channel, we uncovered the legend of Amy Robsert's ghost, also known as the Woman in White. We looked at why she might be haunting the woods of Wychwood, England to this very day. Now, let's hear the voices of those who've seen her. On an ordinary day in 1884, a farmer was working his field near the edge of Wychwood Forest when he heard the sound of footsteps circling his cart. He whipped around to see who was there, but he saw no one. This strange event happened again 2 years later. The farmer was out gathering sticks for his fire when he once again heard the sound of footsteps circling his cart. Startled, he turned to see who was there, but it was empty. Fast forward to 1898, George Reynolds, a traveling engineer, was passing through Wychwood one night when he heard footsteps behind him. He turned to see who was following him, and to his horror, he saw the Woman in White. She appeared for only a moment before disappearing into the trees. Later that same night, George's father died in a neighboring village. Could the ghost have been a harbinger of death? These stories are just two of many similar accounts that detail encounters with a mysterious woman in white walking along the lonely roads of Wychwood Forest. But these tales go back much further than the 1800s. Locals had been telling stories about a ghost in white for hundreds of years before the 1800s, and police were even investigating reports of people dying after seeing the ghost. So what exactly is going on in Wychwood Forest? As we mentioned in our last video, most ghost stories come from travelers walking home alone at night, often down lonely country lanes. In fact, most of the sightings could be placed along a path connecting the villages of Shipton and Aston, where Amy Robsert's body was discovered all those years ago. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an upload. Also, stick around until the end too. Hear the spine-chilling story of what researchers experienced while investigating the forest. You won't want to miss this. Alright, let's continue. Back in 1847, a man named John Charrington was riding home from Chipping Norton when he heard the sound of footsteps behind him. When he turned around, he saw a woman wearing a white gown. Her face was pale and she had long flowing hair. She walked slowly towards him and then suddenly vanished into thin air. Not long after, another man named Thomas Yarnell was walking along the same road when he, too, saw the ghost of a woman in white. Unlike John, he got a good look at her face. She was beautiful. He said that he knew immediately that she was the ghost of Amy Robsert. As soon as he realized who she was, though, she disappeared. Thomas wasn't the only one who began to question whether the ghost was actually Amy. In 1888, the Oxford Chronicle published an article titled "The Ghost in White," which read, "It is needless to say that the apparition is considered to be the spirit of Amy Robsert, whose skeleton was found in the forest some years ago, and whose sad fate has been the theme of so many a tale by the fireside." The local paper continued, "For years past, the ghost has been frequently seen on the road between Shipton and Aston, and it is generally believed that if anyone sees her, some great calamity is about to befall him or her, or some member of his or her family. Just like George, who saw the ghost and his father died that very same night. But what evidence do we have that this is true?" In the early 1900s, police began receiving reports of strange happenings in Wychwood, including sudden deaths following ghostly encounters. One such case took place in 1903, when a farmer reported that his son had died after seeing the ghost. According to the police report, the son had been working in the fields when he saw a white figure walking across the road. His father claimed that his son became ill the next day and died without ever recovering. Then, in 1906, a woman named Mrs. Bridges saw the ghost of a woman in white while walking home from Bampton. She died of a heart attack 3 days later. These cases were noted in police reports, which contained details of other unexplained phenomena in Wychwood, such as animals being frightened by the supernatural and objects moving on their own. The police didn't seem to believe any of it, though, chalking it up to superstitious nonsense. But there were even more deaths that seemed to be connected to the ghost. In 1913, a young boy was walking home from school when he saw the ghost of a woman in white. She walked right past him and then vanished into thin air. He told his family about the experience, but they didn't believe him. Tragically, he was run over by a carriage and killed before the night was over. Then there was the case of a soldier named Henry Palmer. In September of 1915, he left his post and walked into the nearby woods. It was there that he saw the ghost of a woman in white. He described her as being tall and slender with long flowing hair. He watched her walk into the distance until she finally disappeared from sight. Just a few weeks later, he was found dead in his barracks. He had taken his own life. Henry's case was the last one that was officially recorded by the police. But there were surely more deaths that went unknown. Over the years, stories about the woman in white have continued to circulate. Many people claim to have seen her, but none can agree on what she looks like. Some say she wears a long white dress and a bonnet, while others claim she's only wearing a nightgown. What we do know is that she seems to appear at random to unsuspecting passersby, and then vanishes as quickly as she appears. But does she only appear to those who will die soon? She's some kind of grim reaper, warning people of their impending doom? In 1964, a researcher named Peter Underwood set out to find the truth about the ghost. He spent months combing through old newspaper articles and police reports, trying to piece together the mystery of the woman in white. He also went to Wychwood himself and investigated. He spoke to locals and searched for any trace of the ghost, but he came up empty-handed. Not wanting to give up, Peter returned to Wychwood in 1967 with a team of researchers and a camera crew. They set up camp in the middle of the forest and waited. For 3 nights, nothing happened. But on the 4th night, they captured something amazing on camera. When the footage was developed, it showed the unmistakable form of a woman walking through the trees. Was this the ghost of Amy Robsart, come to warn them of the danger that lay ahead? You'll have to wait until part 3 to find out what the researchers experienced after this terrifying discovery. We'll be looking at what they found out about the ghost in white and how it may be connected to the legend of Amy Robsart. Don't miss it. And if you want to see more videos like these, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss any new uploads. Now, it's time to hear your thoughts. Have you ever seen a ghost? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.